Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's just be honest for a second. We are living right in the middle of a rapidly exploding and somewhat chaotic world of artificial intelligence. We are witnessing a technological revolution that is fundamentally reshaping how we work, how we communicate, and really how our entire global society functions. But with all of this breakneck innovation comes a serious, pressing need for order. And that is exactly what we are breaking down today as we look at the new gold standard for AI governance. Which brings us to the ultimate question, doesn't it? Who holds AI accountable? The tension right now is just palpable. On one hand, we've got these amazing, almost science fiction-level technological advancements. But on the other hand, we face the terrifying risks of algorithmic bias, data breaches, and opaque decision-making where a machine makes a choice that impacts human lives and nobody can actually explain why. So who is actually holding the reins here? Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the AI governance gap, then introduce ISO/IEC 42001-2023, break down its core principles, look at high-stakes sectors like healthcare and finance, and finally, discuss bridging the global divide. Let's get right to it.
Starting with Section 1, the AI governance gap.
Look, without a standardized framework, we are running straight into some incredibly severe risks. Think about algorithmic bias, an AI unfairly discriminating in hiring or law enforcement just because it was fed historical data. Then there's the lack of transparency, right? We get these black box systems that just totally erode public trust. Add in accountability issues where literally no human takes the blame for an AI failure, severe data privacy vulnerabilities, and sweeping unintended societal consequences, and you can quickly see why the industry desperately needs a unified rulebook.
Moving right along to Section 2. Introducing ISO/IEC 42001-2023.
So what exactly is the hero solution to all this chaos? Well, it's ISO/IEC 42001-2023. This is a comprehensive international standard, and its entire purpose is to define the exact requirements for an AI governance framework within an organization. It's really built to guide companies in the responsible development, deployment, and management of AI systems. Basically, it makes sure they operate in total alignment with ethical principles and regulatory requirements.
And crucially, this is a big one. This standard requires that AI systems are governed across their entire life cycle. We aren't just talking about a final checklist you casually run through right before you launch an AI product. No, it is a flexible, wide-ranging blueprint. Whether an organization is designing the algorithm on day one, deploying it to millions of users, or monitoring its ongoing operation months down the line, this standard applies every single step of the way.
All right, Section 3, Core Principles of the Standard.
So, the crucial point is, what actually holds this framework together? Well, it starts with ethical AI design to ensure fairness and equity. Actively testing algorithms so they don't disadvantage marginalized groups. It also demands transparency, so we completely avoid those dreaded black box systems and know exactly how the AI arrived at its conclusion. It enforces accountability with super clear lines of responsibility. And finally, it requires rigorous risk management and strict human oversight, keeping real people involved in the process.
All of this builds into what we call risk-based thinking. Organizations have to follow a strict flow here. It starts with early identification of risks, then a comprehensive risk assessment to gauge the potential impact, followed by proactive risk mitigation strategies to fix the problem before it even happens, and finally, continuous monitoring and review. When a lead auditor comes in to evaluate an organization, this exact flow is what they are looking for to ensure proactive defenses against AI failures are firmly in place.
Next up, Section 4, High Stakes, Healthcare and Finance.
And this brilliantly illustrates why all of this matters so much. Let's apply these principles to industries where AI errors don't just cost money, they can literally ruin lives. In healthcare, we're talking about diagnostic bias, strict HIPAA compliance, and protecting highly sensitive patient privacy. Over in finance, it's about preventing credit scoring discrimination, conducting algorithmic fairness testing, and securing automated trading from cyber threats. The vulnerabilities are totally unique to each sector, for sure, but ISO 42001 provides the framework to manage both of them securely.
Let's zoom in on healthcare for a second. The standard specifically requires a human in the loop for critical applications. What does that mean? Well, AI-driven diagnostic tools must augment human expertise, not replace it entirely. If an AI is diagnosing a disease, a medical professional absolutely must be in the loop to review and verify that diagnosis. This is exactly how the standard prevents catastrophic errors and maintains patient safety.
Similarly, let's look over at finance. Transparency is heavily enforced here. If an AI system is used for loan approvals, applicants have to be able to understand exactly why they were approved or denied based on interpretable factors like credit score and income. The algorithm simply cannot unfairly discriminate behind an impenetrable wall of complex code. The organization literally has to be able to explain the machine's math.
Moving to our final section, Section 5, Bridging the Global Divide.
So, what does this all mean for global society? Well, think of ISO 42001 as sort of a universal translator. For heavy data privacy laws like GDPR in Europe, the standard ensures AI data processing perfectly aligns with those rules. For sweeping legislation like the EU AI Act, it standardizes compliance across international borders. And perhaps most importantly, for developing regions in the global south that might not have massive regulatory resources just yet, this standard provides a really accessible, ready-made blueprint for ethical AI governance. It basically bridges the gap.
Because, at the end of the day, standardized governance isn't just about avoiding lawsuits, right? It is really about unlocking AI's potential for social good. By enforcing transparency, accountability, and fairness globally, we can confidently and safely use AI to tackle massive social challenges. We're talking about climate change modeling, poverty reduction, and eliminating healthcare disparities.
Which leaves us with this final thought. ISO/IEC 42001-2023 really gives us the ultimate blueprint to tame the wild west of artificial intelligence. It demands transparency, it protects the vulnerable, and it forces organizations to keep humans in the loop. But as AI continues to evolve, learn, and grow more autonomous, will standardizing global governance actually be enough to ensure this technology remains forever human-centric? It's a fascinating question, and honestly, one we will all be living out together. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking those big questions, and I'll catch you next time.